Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between HawK and TeRRoR. Let's go ahead and fix the colors. There we go. HawK and TeRRoR. HawK spawning as the red human over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, TeRRoR is spawning as the yellow undead over here on the bottom left. Undead versus human on a last refuge. Things already getting underway, opening up with the crypt, altar of darkness, and followed by that ziggurat. Meanwhile, human opening up with altar of kings, barracks, and farm. Let's see how all of this excuse me, all of this will be transpiring as things do get underway. Hello, how are you? Just to say, I am feeling well, I have a little bit of a sore throat, but no fever, nothing like that as of yet. Hello, Rainer. Good day, everyone. Hello, chat. I'm gonna try and cast this game, see what my energy level is like in days of old, and using the first 2 minutes to just talk about my life and just like times of old, I guess. TeRRoR most likely going to be opening up with Death Knight ghouls here as Death. No, it's going to be Crypt Lord. All right, so TeRRoR opening up with Crypt Lord instead of the Death Knight, and going to be going with that go wide strategy. Should be picking up a Rod of Necromancy, may try and sell that Scroll of Town Portal, pick up a Sacrificial Skull, and set up an expansion. HawK may be trying to do the same exact thing as well, just with a different collection of units. Archmage alongside Footmen, and perhaps trading up some additional peasants for an expansion here at what I'll call the 11 o'clock position. Expansions are relatively easy to establish, but then there are these far expansions which normally do not come into play except for just trying to clear out that Overlord and grabbing that item. Hello, PhD1234. As the Footman now chasing away TeRRoR's Acolyte right here. Alright, Archmage already making its way over, trying to go after this 3-3-3 creep camp. Meanwhile, the Crypt Lord has sold his Scroll of Town Portal, has picked up a Sacrificial Skull and a Rod of Necromancy. Gonna, make sure to use the Rod of Necromancy and summon up some beetles as well. There is the beetle right there, and that now make its way out, trying to clear up this 5-3-3 creep camp, and then perhaps moving on to this Rock Golem creep camp if he does have enough units. Archmage now making its rounds back over. Do we see additional peasants being trained? It's currently sitting at 14 and not that high, as the Forest Troll High Priest will get taken down. Removing the healing on this unit is also always very, very important. But one thing to note, though, is that Inner Fire is already online for these other two Forest Troll trappers, thereby dealing additional damage and going to be a little bit more difficult to take out. Archmage has dropped a second Water Elemental to try and absorb quite a bit of damage. Militia now making their way back. Meanwhile, it will be TeRRoR opening up and trying to set up that expansion. Hello, Collywog. How are you doing? All right. Coming back through, we are looking still. TeRRoR coming back across here and here. Haunted Gold Mine going to be added up. So for everyone who, thank you for everyone who commented about my audio volumes. I'm used to running a physical soundboard or even a digital soundboard, like Mackie boards and whatnot. And apparently, XSplit has decided that you clip when you are beyond red on the soundboard, thereby making it a little bit confusing. I was trying to keep my audio in that yellow green in that green zone only, because yellow, that's how traditional soundboards work. But apparently, their soundboard, their audio indicator shows that once you are in the red, you are close to hitting Unity, which was confusing me and my experience. Anyways, coming back through, Crypt Lord is now sitting at level 3, picks up Devotion Aura, very useful when you have a go-wide army, and as long as multiple units are taking damage, that is effective. I normally believe that, I believe that damage-dealing items are generally better as all of your units are, if both sides are attacking, all units that are attacking are getting the bonus, but only the units that are taking damage get the real damage buff here. Replenishment potion going to be dropped here. A little bit of damage coming back through. Beetle's now out to try and cause a little bit of problems, as HawK going to lose a Footman right there. No, HawK's Footman down to 3 hit points finally gets taken out, as the Water Elemental gets taken out with an Abolish Magic. The Crypt Lord sitting only at level 3 after all this time, though. Archmage sitting at level 3. I thought there was an Abolish Magic to remove the Water Elemental, Elemental, but his experience just doesn't seem that high as of yet. Second Forest Troll Shadow Priest out onto the battlefield, and it is a battle of destroying each other's summons. Archmage should be able to benefit a little bit more, as there is Brilliance Aura, making the Forest Troll Shadow Priest have more mana continually to try and abolish that magic. Alright, apparently talking does activate a runny nose for me, so I won't be able to do that much casting. I'm okay. Got my bicycle fixed. Well, very, very, very good. I hear Denmark or Netherlands. Well, bicycles are just much more common than cars here. So, if you, I can't imagine not having my car here in the States. Anyways, coming back around, TeRRoR going to go ahead and engage Boots of Speed and, well, that Devotion Aura trying to push back off the other side. And both sides are really just challenging each other to see if they can gain an upper hand. Archmage, being that close to level 4, may want to try and just get a little bit of damage across all of these units, get to level 4, and get that level 2 Brilliance Aura, thereby getting much more mana for all of his units here. Unfortunately for HawK, because HawK is doing this little bit of a dance back and forth between his expansion and TeRRoR's units, he's actually losing units as they go into the battlefield here, and TeRRoR once more gets a quick, easy bit of damage there. Forest Troll Shadow Priest, Water Elemental is being dropped, damage trying to add up. Beetles are going after the Forest Troll Shadow Priest, or Forest Troll Berserker. Berserker could get taken down. Footman going to try and block its way over. No, not going to be doing that, as we're looking at, the units finally do get taken down. Footman could have gotten into harm's way there. TeRRoR now trying to push back the other way. Beetles could end up getting taken down. Archmage is finally at level 4, but he's nowhere near the remaining units that actually have mana. Archmage now making its way back off to the north once again. Human OP. Alright, I don't know how true that the case is right now, as Archmage is sitting at level 4, does have the expansion, he is getting pressured, and he has the benefit of having that Arcane Tower and Arcane Vault to now back him up. 7 minutes into this game. Meanwhile, down to the south, we see the expansion of TeRRoR is also up. TeRRoR also has some Forest Troll Shadow Priests. They are back at home, and TeRRoR was pushing with a much smaller army, even though the supplies are greatly in favor of HawK. Well, TeRRoR was also pushing with not his full army and unable to get as much damage done as the Archmage. Now comes across with a Clarity Potion, does have a Scroll of Regeneration in his backpack already, and looking to finish off the remainder of this Forest Troll Trapper. I am Crota Chatbot now. Alright, no. You are not. Anyways, HawK coming back through. Forest Troll Shadow Priest coming out for the engagement, getting to get some damage onto that low hit point. Forest Troll Shadow Priest gets the final bit of damage. Archmage now trying to push back onto TeRRoR's Forest Troll Shadow Priest, as the Footmen do get a little bit of additional hit points from that Vampiric Aura. Coming back around, Water Elemental going to try and engage, perhaps try and finish off some of those units. No, TeRRoR gets the experience there. Once more, Ogre Warrior gets taken down, and the Crypt Lord, both sides are continuing to fight. Forest Troll Shadow Priest finishes off another Water Elemental, and TeRRoR keeping in pace in terms of the experience, but now going to end up losing a Crypt Fiend, as that Crypt Fiend has nowhere to go. Alright, TeRRoR loses that Crypt Fiend there. Footman trying to get in front. Archmage trying to gain in a little bit more experience while putting damage onto that Crypt Lord. Ogre Magi will get taken down. We should be looking at a Death Knight now making his presence soon, but it feels like that Death Knight is going to be just a little bit late. 8.5 minutes into this game, and a couple of Death Coils would have made a very big difference. Dual Forest Troll Shadow Priest here. Well, Forest Troll Trapper going to get finished off. Archmage does have a Scroll of Regeneration. Will quickly be using that across multiple units once more. Also has a Wand of Mana Stealing. Was able to steal a bit of mana from TeRRoR's Crypt Lord, as Crypt Fiends are now still making their way out. TeRRoR's sitting at 38 supply compared to 43, and it looks like this is just HawK's game, and he is in control. The question is going to be the follow-up, as we are going to tier 3, getting up Arcane Sanctums, getting up perhaps some Spellbreakers, or are we perhaps just trying to go into Knights with a single Arcane Sanctum here? I don't see any additional production buildings, which does surprise me at this time, as the Water Elemental now dropping into the battlefield, trying to disrupt a lot of those Acolytes in the back. Archmage going to go ahead and engage. Death Knight now in that front line spot. Death Knight doesn't have that much mana. Will need to try and help out that Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord down to 400 hit points already, but no real pressure there as the Archmage trying to put pressure onto the remaining units here. TeRRoR doesn't have that many units, only one Crypt Fiend. Everything else is a summoned unit, and they are getting taken out fairly quickly. Footman now trying to take down some of the Acolytes here, and TeRRoR is in trouble as TeRRoR no longer has full saturation on his expansion goldmine. Forest Troll Shadow Priest still causing quite a bit of problems. Death Knight, low on mana, still may try and get in a Death Coil off on that Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord does have Scroll of Healing for across multiple units as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest coming across. Mountain King now shows up out here onto the battlefield. There's a quick Death Coil onto the Crypt Lord there as the Death Knight tries to add in a little bit of damage. Obsidian Statue now finally shows up onto the battlefield as the Mountain King does show up, but I believe that Stormbolt was a little bit late. Skeletal Minions trying to retreat back here. Crypt Lord continuing to engage. Obsidian Statue separated from the main undead army as TeRRoR now in a little bit of trouble, maybe forced to use a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability as the Death Knight unable to use a Death Coil since he is still low on mana. Continuing to fight back and forth and coming back for this engagement here. Crypt Fiends is now back out onto the battlefield. We are looking at the Nerubian Tower getting in a little bit of slow damage here as the Crypt Lord now in a bit of trouble, maybe forced to try and retreat back. Wanda Mana Stealing was already used earlier as the Crypt Lord gonna perhaps be able to heal back up with the Obsidian Statue here. This opening just far too small as the, well, Impale now comes across multiple units. Was that Impale going to be enough to turn things around? Stormbolt onto the Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord taking a little bit of damage. Obsidian Statue taking down to 200 and 169. Acolytes maybe coming off the gold mine to get in a little bit of repairs as that Obsidian Statue is the glue that is holding the Death Knight and the Crypt Lord's army together. All right, Unholy Aura getting to level 2 off of that Water Elemental. Absolutely key and clutch. Obsidian Statue needs to be a little bit closer as we see the Crypt Lord also get up to level 5. Level 5 Crypt Lord, level 2 Death Knight, and a level 1 Lich going up against a level 5 Archmage. Level 1 Mountain King. Lich most likely will be grabbing up an obsidian, or excuse me, that Orb of Corruption as well. Has plenty of gold. HawK now into low upkeep. Meanwhile, TeRRoR still buying and getting the necessary items all together. Death Knight, once it gets up to level 3 or gets that second Obsidian Statue out, well, mana will be extremely plentiful as that Death Knight wants to get level 2 Death Coil to try and heal up that Crypt Lord. Alright. Continuing to engage back and forth. Oh, a little bit of a community here today. Alright, TeRRoR now making its way back here. We are looking at the Crypt Lord sitting at level 5, Lich sitting at level 1, Death Knight sitting at level 2, and a little bit of separate creeping by HawK is going to give the Paladin and the Mountain Kings higher level, but will also give the opportunity for the Death Knight and that Lich to get up to higher levels as well. With that Orb of Corruption, this army now deals significantly higher damage as that negative armor, well, greatly affects how much damage these units actually take. Orb of Corruption, Inner Fire, Destroyers could easily devour magic. Not quite sure why they're not doing that. There you go. There's that devour magic. As the Forest Troll High Priest taken down, now giving level 3 to the Death Knight. Alright, coming back through Archmage. Mountain King, are we going to see a Stormbolt onto any unit? Stormbolt, no. Impale coming back around. Death Knight is taking a little bit of damage in the back, trailing. Mountain King does come off with the Stormbolt. Level 2 Mountain King going up against a level 3 Death Knight with a Cloak of Flames. Knights are going to try to dive on in here. Thank you for the follow. Knights are going to try to dive on in here as the Footmen, well, going to have a little bit of a difficult time. Ziggurats are not upgraded to Spirit Towers as there is only 3 Cold Towers here, slowing things down. All right, fighting inside an undead base is always a little bit of a dangerous proposition. Archmage coming across here. Cyclone now picking up a Crypt Lord here. He's currently out of the battle. Going to go ahead and do a Devour Magic as the Death Knight is in a little bit of trouble, down to 239 hit points. Mountain King gets taken, or excuse me, Paladin gets taken down. The Mountain King with a Thunderclap. Fly Machine trying to take down the Destroyers as the Death Knight now goes behind and tries to take down the Footmen instead. Crypt Fiends are continuing to make their way back out onto the battlefield. Potion of Invulnerability on the Mountain King, who sits at level 3. Lich gets Cyclone back up once again. A lot of damage across multiple units. Thank you for the follow as we're still fighting their way through. Alright, continuing to push pressure on Archmage. Gets the Scroll of Town Portal and is able to back away, cutting his losses. He used that 70 supply, but was still forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal as TeRRoR perhaps going to try and saturate this gold mine with additional acolytes. Alright, we're looking at about, 7 more minutes mining here and about 8 more minutes mining here as Well, the Death Knight, well, Crypt Lord should really be backing away. It should really be a Lich and a Death Knight show here, as TeRRoR's Crypt Lord is just taking experience away from all of his friends. All right, as the Death Knight finishes off the remainder of this creep camp, Lich could easily get up to level 3. Obsidian statues now joining back in on the battlefield, 60 supply compared to 71, as HawK is getting ready for perhaps that final attack. However, levels, a Lich sitting at level 2, almost at level 3, that is a big problem there. The Lich at level 3 being able to open with a early Frost Nova is absolutely key. Thank you, Witness, for the host with one viewer. As we're looking at the units now make their way back off to the north. All right, expansion for HawK over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. This is a little bit of a ninja expansion underway. There's a quick impale, a lot of damage getting added up there, trying to finish off some of those units, webbing down a couple of those flying machines as well, as the Knights of HawK are fighting a two-way battle against the creeps and also against the undead army. TeRRoR continuing the fight here. Lich still not yet at level 3, as we are looking at the Mountain King taking a little bit of damage. Mountain King could get taken down. No, Staff of Sanctuary at the last possible moment, as the Lich does get up to level 3 here. Level 2 Frost Nova. We do see a double healing wards in the back here, providing a lot of cover. Death Knight not taking any damage, actually regenerating quite a bit, as the Death Knight, as the Crypt Lord now has a potion of healing, gonna perhaps try and heal back up and now walk around from the battle continuing to fight every which way, as we're still looking at more damage. Crypt Lord could be in a little bit of trouble, down 145, 109 hit points. Mountain King nowhere to be seen, as the Death Knight now looking to retreat back. Lich does have full mana, could be very scary, perhaps trying to go down onto some of those units. There goes another Spellbreaker, but no Frost Nova onto any low hit point knights there. That I am surprised about. There is also a burrowed beetle outside right here, keeping track of HawK's expansion, and he knows all about that now. Coming on through, Death Knight level 3. We're looking at a level 5 Crypt Lord, still not getting that much closer to level 6. A slight experience lead for TeRRoR still after all this time, as the Death Knight may be able to get to level 4, clearing out this gargantuan sea turtle creep camp in the bottom right-hand side of the map. After that is done, Acolyte gonna walk on up here, gonna easily get scouted out. There goes that arcane tower, and HawK, well, trying to do a little bit of a ninja expansion. How much gold has he really gotten? About 1,000, 1,200 gold here, but it is going to end up giving quite a little bit of experience, as all of these peasants. Nope, Scroll of Town Portal inbound. Acolyte not getting the memo to leave. Where are all of these units going to go? Landing off to the north. There's the engagement now. No Impale, trying to rebuild a couple of those towers. Destroyer is going to try and engage. There's the Impale right across there, taking away a lot of those priests from that healing. Continuing that fight once more. Mountain King in that frontline spot has a Ring of Regeneration and War Song Battle Drums for additional damage, as the Knights are joining in here. 79 supply compared to 76. TeRRoR has a slight larger army, as the Destroyer now trying to retreat back. Paladin trying to make its way through. Mountain King now sitting at level 4, being able to get level 2 Thunderclap and level 2 Stormbolts now, as both sides are fighting their way through. Level 2 Holy Light, saving that Mountain King in that frontline spot, keeping him so far so good. It's 82 supply compared to 73, but it looks like TeRRoR needs to get those reinforcements out here quickly. HawK could end up losing a lot more here as well. Low hit point Knight and Staff of Sanctuary seem to be on cooldown. Orb of Fire also from the Archmage, going to greatly reduce the effectiveness of the Death Knight's Death Coil, as fighting is still getting underway here. Big thunderclap across multiple units. One Crypting going to get taken down. Abomination looks like it will get taken down, as well as the Mountain King could get taken down. Mountain King falls at level 4. There goes some more units, as the Crypt Lord is still in a little bit of trouble. Does need to try and retreat back here. No possession from any of the Banshees to try and take back some of those Knights and perhaps turn the Knights on against those Spellbreakers. Obsidian statues all healing back up. 72 supply compared to 79. Death Knight needs a little bit more mana. Abominations coming back around. We are looking also at Disease Cloud across some of these units as well, which is going to make it difficult to try and heal up these units. Staff of Sanctuary bringing back some of those units right now. All right, getting ready for that next fight. Remember, 8 supply currently held up in Staff of Sanctuary around the castle, as HawK is going to try and defend this expansion location. continuing to fight its way through. Priests are now, well, kind of off to the side here. This is not a good battle, but that Arcane Tower is in a great spot to try and disrupt a lot of healing. Destroyers trying to go after that Arcane Tower first, as the Fly Machine's going after those Destroyers pretty easily now. Spellbreakers in that frontline spot. Abominations able to do quite a bit of damage. There's a Thunderclap there. 80 supply compared to 78 Fly Machines looking to take down multiple units. That is a lot of low hit point Knights right there. One Knight could get taken down. One Knight does get taken down. Another Knight is saved as both sides are still fighting their way through. Destroyer down to 100 hit points, still able to survive ever so barely as the Fly Machines are unable to recover all of that damage. Paladin now trying to retreat back. Staff of Sanctuary saving multiple units as the Mountain King now not going to be able to be easily healed. Mountain King trying to retreat back down to 417 hit points after a potion of healing. Stormbolt now onto the Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Can he get away in time? Does not dodge the Thunderclap, but able to absorb a little bit of damage there. All right, Control Magic turning the Beetles against him as the Crypt Lord no longer having power overwhelming, being forced to take down his own Beetles there. 74 supply compared to 78. 2 bases versus 3. TeRRoR about to finish mining out his main base. This could be absolute trouble. Fly Machines now trying to engage multiple slow. TeRRoR should be trying to devour magic right there. Spellbreakers in that frontline spot. Where are all of those units going? TeRRoR needs to, yes, there's a little bit of devour magic. Get some, no mana as the Fly Machines are now getting taken down. A little bit of damage going back and forth. Fly Machines getting taken down. Paladin now back out onto the battlefield. Death Knight falls at level 4 as now the Mountain King may have free reign against the Crypt Lord and that Lich. There goes another Thunderclap trying to finish things off. Thank you for the follow as the Fly Machines continuing to engage. Another Fly Machine could get taken down. Another Holy Light onto the Mountain King, saving it as the Crypt Lord still trying to put in all of that pressure. A Thunderclap takes down multiple units again. HawK losing night after night. No, Staff of Sanctuary saves, and it is the multiple Staff of Sanctuaries of HawK keeping multiple units alive and well, buying time and denying experience against TeRRoR's units, which is really going to end up winning the game as HawK now has dual guard towers here at the 4 o'clock expansion. At this point, this is an all-in situation for TeRRoR, but there's not going to be enough gas in the tank to go the distance, and HawK should be able to get the GG. There it goes. TeRRoR giving this game to HawK, conceding. Thank you, Alliance Dream Team. Go. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, every little bit does definitely help. Oh, there was an error handling the request. All right, what request was there? Anyways, HawK outscoring his opponent, but setting up that expansion at the 4 o'clock location, a little bit of a ninja expansion there, and also denied TeRRoR setting up his 3rd expansion as well, forcing a fight. And well, there were towers. He was able to pull with that economic advantage. I would say TeRRoR was much that he had. Ultimately, in the end though, HawK was able to use Staff of Sanctuary, buy time. It is very, very frustrating focusing all of that effort to try and take down a 900 plus hit point unit that has heavy armor, only to see it be teleported at the last possible moment. And the fact that HawK had 3 of those Staff of Sanctuaries across all 3 heroes, and almost felt like it was a Staff of Preservation on 2 heroes in a Night Elf match. By saving those units constantly, he was able to keep his opponent off guard, buy time and focus damage down onto other units, and then ultimately come away with the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.